Hello people. Today we have this Heckler Koch P7 squeeze cocker made in Germany and chambered in 9x19, or more commonly known as 9mm Luger, 9mm Para. These are really cool guns. This one came from our buddy Ernie's collection, who passed away recently. Serial number on this one is 20938. Next to that, we've got the German proof marking. And then on the frame, we see two letters IB. And then next to that is an icon of antlers, it looks like. When we go to hkp7.com, Chris's unofficial HKP7 website, we find this manufacturing code table. And according to this table, our pistol was manufactured in 1981. Made in Germany and then imported through HK themselves through Arlington, Virginia. And the manufacturing code on the magazine reads IA, so that means this magazine was made in 1980. So the interesting feature about this handgun, of course, is the squeeze cocker. This gun is never cocked, although you may have a round in the chamber. It's never cocked until the squeeze cocker is pressed all the way tight to the grip. And you can visibly see the striker protrude out the back of the slide. Now, although I didn't measure it and I didn't look it up, but I'm guessing to reach this state here requires about 25, maybe 30 pounds of pressure. So it's definitely intentional. But although you've reached this point, you can then release about 75% of that energy and float right there and still get a detonation even on the farthest point out. So what that means is that in a standoff, you can squeeze the squeeze cocker and then release most of your energy and hold that grip for a long duration of time. So unless you're gripping the squeeze cocker, you can't get a detonation because the gun isn't cocked. You know, unlike a Glock, when you start pulling the trigger, you deactivate the first safety, and then with the stroke of your finger, by just pulling the trigger, you deactivate the other two safeties, and you get a detonation if you've got a loaded chamber. But with this, you've got to be squeezing the front grip. Now in the same, if you just grip the trigger and then start gripping the squeeze cocker, you will then also get a detonation. Now that's a little harder. It's not difficult. It's not, it's not impossible, but this here is a little bit more energy. It's a lot more uncomfortable than doing that. That seems more natural to me. So I don't understand how one can confuse those two, but apparently that's why this was decommissioned from the German police force. So these were German police pistols in the 70s, and very coveted handguns that most German officers loved them. But so I'm going to show you how this functions. Of course, I need a empty magazine first. So on an empty magazine, the slide is going to lock to the rear. You remove your empty magazine with your bottom magazine release. And once you get this magazine home and you squeeze the squeeze cocker, that's going to cause this slide to drive home, putting your first round in the chamber. which makes this the fastest tactical reload on the market. It really is. So watch this. And now you're ready to shoot. So that is a really, really cool gun. I got to tell you, these are very unique, and that's why they're very expensive today. Unfortunately, I don't have the matching box for that gun. This box went to a pistol that looks like it's serialized 45119. Fortunately, we have the matching gun that goes with this box. And we have the matching target. These are really, really cool. It's not often that a manufacturer will supply a target for the customer to see how the gun shot from the factory. We see the shooter, the date, the model, the caliber, the distance it was shot at. And then this, it took me a long time to figure out. This is not a 45 pistol, and it's not an M9, because that's what that looks like, 45 M9. But it's not. This is 45119. That's the serial number, weapon number. But they did leave a lot of blocks empty, like this remark block and this other block for another date, an inspector block, and a point of aim block. It's interesting that they labeled those in German and English. Probably knew it was going to eventually make it to an American market. So, of course, this pistol is exactly the same model as the previous gun. It's just a later variation. Serial number on this one, of course, 45119. But you'll notice the orientation of the markings, even the font, is very different. This hard chrome is in great shape. Manufacturing code on the magazine is IB, which is 1981, but we don't see a manufacturing code anywhere on this slide. Manufacturing code on this magazine is IE, which is 1984. And IB again. So I'm wondering, these two magazines are probably original, but this couldn't be original to the gun because the gun was made before the magazine. So if you know, put it in the comments below. Did these guns originally come with 2 or 3 magazines? Well, fortunately for us as well, we have a second boxed P7. Let's check this one out. Oh, look at that. This is the P7 M8, also in 9mm, made in Germany. Serial number on this one is 86415. And next to that it reads M8. Same German proof marking, and then this one was made in 1984. So of course the M8 includes a magazine release in the traditional location, which is really, really convenient. And that is a beautiful ejection. Oh, and look at that, a lanyard loop. So I'm wondering, was this made as a service pistol, or was this lanyard loop included as an homage and marketed to civilians, probably on the American market? IE. an ID. And look at that, we have the manual and the target for this one as well. July 9th of 1984. Same shooter, Pixa. Serial number. Very cool. Let's check out this manual. I really enjoy the artwork in these old manuals. Nice cutaway. There's a field stripped version. And there's the exploded view with all the parts list. So there's 56 parts in these pistols, or this M8 anyway. Very cool. Thanks for watching, people. Make it a great day.